steenweg, ja?
Ja, zo'n steen. Want we gaan niet willen. Ah, ja, dus.
Oh, Puk, rustig aan. Oh, poor thing. Dus... Oh. Dus... Oh. Poor thing got stuck. Oké, Puk, deur open. Oh! And she flew out.
Goed. Hey, kijk hier.
Oké, kom maar. It's going to be 36 degrees tomorrow, according to my forecast. So I really want to give all the plants a good soak so that they survive the day, hopefully. This whole upcoming week is very hot, so I think we'll be up to watering every other day, or maybe even every day. We'll see how the plants like the heat. Today's video is in collaboration with Bluetti. We don't usually do many sponsorships or collaborations because we always want to make sure that it's a product that we would actually use. Bluetti kindly sent us an AC200MAX, which is a big battery that in this video we're gonna test, see if we have a use for it on our farm. But first, let's unbox it.
Pro! Alright. Yeah.
Okay, so it comes with all the
cables
you might need.
and a massive adapter. Like any power station battery stuff, the first thing is to charge it, and apparently to download the app.
Okay, so we went for the simplest route, which is to just put it in here and then it goes into the adapter, into the battery. It has, for now, to me, as someone who does not work with this kind of thing, it looks very easy to use. It has a easy on button and then a touch screen.
Yeah, and as you can tell, it's 70% full and charging 400 watts.
Yeah, which is the usual amount if you just charge it on 220.
Yeah,
I think, from what I've read.
oh, okay. First test for the Bluetti. It's time to use it as a replacement for the generator, and one of the tasks that I've been doing with the generator and having to haul it all over the property is jackhammering. So I brought out the jackhammer and the Bluetti on the one wheelbarrow, which is already a plus because otherwise it would take 2 trips. Let's put it to the test. One of the nice things about working with this new battery is that you don't have the feeling that you have to keep going because the fuel is running out. I can take breaks, I can use this thing for a while, start to wiggle it free and then go back to the jackhammer, and it hasn't used any further charge in the meantime. So, and you can listen to the birds in the meantime instead of the generator sound.
By the way, this is going to be our future root cellar. This is close to the garden. But as you can see, there's a very big rock here, ridge. So we're slowly chipping away at it, literally. But it's quite hard work, so we only do a little bit at a time. About 45 minutes of work, off and on. We are at, I don't know, you can't see it, 87%, so that's very good. The jackhammer pulls about 800 watts.
Yeah.
But only if it's on. So you could use it for a couple hours and you'd still be good?
Yeah, with this type of thing you can't do more than an hour at a time because of white knuckle and stuff, so you have to stop.
Huh? Yeah. Okay, the next test that we want to do with the new Bluetti battery is if we can use the electric tiller that we bought a couple weeks ago. We are on the new plot that Maarten trimmed a couple months ago already. He trimmed down all the brambles, and what we wanted to do is till it over so that all the roots become smaller pieces, and then slowly over time we want to kill the brambles that way. They came back with a vengeance. Very hardy plants. So we're just gonna see how it goes, how the tiller goes, how the battery likes it, and then
Possibly come back for a mow and do the whole thing.
yeah. So this was a really good test for the Bluetti. We could run the tiller for quite some time. Maarten's hands were painful before the battery ran out. I think in theory we could run the tiller for 2-3 hours on this thing. So that's really great because it's right now it's impossible to get the generator here, and this we can carry over the channel and then we can use our electric tiller here. So that's super awesome. For now, I just wanted to mention what kind of the plan is that we have for this area now. This tilling exercise, I know you all hate tilling, but we don't, was in part to start tiring out the brambles. We think that if we keep cutting up the roots of the brambles, then over time they will kind of give up, and I think tilling really helps with that. So It's good that we did it now before summer, because then they don't grow and they hopefully dry out, and then we will till this again in the fall, as well as the other 2 terraces that we have down there and the ones on top. And then the plan is to start planting cover crops here, so I'm thinking rye and vetch and maybe something else as well. And we will make this into gardens in the future, because I personally think it's good to have gardens in different microclimates on your property, because the weather is increasingly unpredictable, and this is a really nice sheltered area. So but we don't want to start gardening here for a year or maybe even 2, so we want to start improving the soil in different ways than we have done in the garden, where we really wanted to grow pretty much straight away. So we've done lots of tilling, as you've seen, and adding horse manure and all that stuff. Here we want to try different things, so we're going to do no-till, low-till, no-dig here, and we have the time to experiment with different things here before we want to plant anything. And we need to clean the well. I think that's it. We're really happy with the Bluetti, and I think we can now give you more of a review, but we'll do that in the kitchen.
Time for a review. Yeah, let's run through it. We have all the outlets are on the front and the top. On the top we have the 2 wireless charging places to put your phone. And on the front you have 4 normal 220 outlets. The EU version, the US version is also available, or the UK one. Then there are normal old style USB ports, and these are the quick chargers, also USB. Then the USB-C, which will be the standard in the EU in a few years, and old camera charging points, also for old laptops, stuff like that. Everything that usually is on an adapter to 220, you can directly put them in here. And then there is this RV outlet. It's the same that we have on here to charge the Bluetti, and a car cigarette lighter. One of these guys can fit in there. That's all the outlets. Then the inlets, I don't know if that's the word, but the charging points to charge this thing. This is where the adapter goes into, or the plug goes in for the 220 one. That will have an adapter on it. It will charge with 200 watts, of 400 watts, and
takes a couple of hours.
Takes a couple of hours. Nothing to worry about. It should stay charged all the time. This one is for hooking up the solar panels or the car cigarette charging points. This is the one that goes into the Bluetti, and it has on the other one a universal adapter, which hooks on to this one, which can be plugged into solar panels, or this one, which can be put into a car, and then you can charge it in the car. This is the least sustainable way of doing it. But it can be done.
Yeah. And 2 outlets for the extension.
Yeah, these are the extension outlets or inlets.
Inlets.
Hookups. And those extensions are half the height, but have the same capacity. So if you have one extension, you double the capacity of this thing. So you can triple it if you want. This is more than enough for us. What do I think of it? It's amazing. I really like it. It's not as heavy as and not as big as a normal gas-powered generator or petrol-powered, and it's much quieter. and it has a similar capacity. Of course, if you can keep on fueling a gas generator, but yeah, for our normal use, this is great. And then we have a break, charge this again, and then take it back on the road. You do need a little bit of a cart or a second person to carry this thing for any distance. Just have a wheelbarrow and you can move it. So we will find more uses for it. We've done some hard labor with the jackhammer and the tilling. Those are very demanding machines and they work just fine. The only thing that I can say is that difference to a fuel generator is that if you have a big load on it, if you stop putting that load on it, it has a voltage drop and therefore it shuts off as a security measure, and then you have to switch it back on again, and then you are good to go again. Minor thing, and we'll have multiple uses for it during harvest time when we do the olive trees. We have the olive harvesting machine that can probably be hooked up on this thing, and during the winter months, layout will need the extra battery during times of cloudy weeks that we can't charge the batteries. And this is a battery extender, better than a gas generator.
And I would like to add, if you're interested in getting one of these or other products from Bluetti, there's a link in our description box. Okay, so because we're going into, I don't know if it's officially classed as a heat wave, it's going to be really very hot the upcoming days, weeks, months. It's finally time to put the shade cloth on the greenhouse so that it's shaded in there and it doesn't get so hot, and we already have ventilation on both sides, so then we're going to see if we need to do anything else to keep the plants happy in there. But first, the path that we have here is very much overgrown, so we need to cut all this down so that we can actually put the shade cloth on there. Okay, the temperature in here is really, well, it's still warm, but it's better than before. So it's working well, and we'll see how the plants fare with this new shade.
hope they don't